What you're about to witness is absolutely insane. An Instagram influencer walks into Judge Caprio's courtroom, treating it like a photo shoot. She's posing, she's taking selfies, she's acting like this is all content for her followers. Then Judge Caprio says something so perfectly savage that she literally cannot speak. The confidence drains from her face in seconds. It's the most satisfying reality check you'll ever see. But before we dive into this epic takedown, quick question. Where are you watching from? United States? Brazil? UK? Australia? Spain? Drop it in the comments. And if you're new, smash subscribe, because we bring you the most shocking Judge Caprio moments where entitled people get humbled. Trust me, this response is legendary. It's Wednesday morning in Providence. The courtroom is packed with regular people waiting for their cases. Then the doors open and in walks someone who clearly thinks she's somewhere else entirely. Madison Parker, 23 years old, Instagram influencer with 340,000 followers. And she's treating the courtroom like it's a runway. Designer outfit, head to toe, perfect makeup, hairstyled like she just left a salon. She's literally taking selfies as she walks down the aisle. The flash goes off multiple times. People in the gallery are staring in disbelief. She gets to the podium and immediately pulls out her phone again. Starts recording. "Hey guys," she says in that influencer voice. "So I'm literally in court right now. This is crazy, right?" She giggles and does a little wave at the camera. If you're already annoyed, hit that like button because this gets so much worse. The bailiff has to tell her 3 times to put the phone away. She sighs dramatically like it's the biggest inconvenience in the world. "Fine, but my followers are going to be so disappointed. This would have been amazing content." Judge Caprio looks up from the paperwork and you can see the disbelief on his face. After 30 years on the bench, he's seen a lot. But this is new. "Good morning, Miss Parker. I see here you have multiple violations: reckless driving, speeding in a residential zone, and using your phone while driving. Can you explain what happened?" Madison flips her hair and smiles like she's posing for a photo. "Your Honor, okay, so I was driving to this really important influencer event, like a brand deal worth $5,000. And I was running late because my makeup took longer than expected. So yeah, I was going a little fast. And I was on Instagram Live because my followers wanted to see my drive there. They love that kind of behind-the-scenes content. Drop a comment if you cannot believe what you're hearing right now." Judge Caprio leans forward. "Miss Parker, you were on Instagram Live while driving?" "Yes," Madison says enthusiastically, completely missing his tone. "It's actually really popular. My driving videos get tons of engagement. People love seeing the real me. You know? The real you is someone who endangers lives for social media content." Judge Caprio's voice has an edge now. Madison's smile falters slightly. "Your Honor, I'm a really good driver. I've been driving for like 6 years. And I'm always watching the road. Well, mostly. I just glance at the comments sometimes, but it's totally safe." The prosecutor stands up. "Your Honor, the officer's report notes that Miss Parker was driving 43 in a 25 zone while holding her phone with one hand and applying lipstick with the other. When pulled over, she was in the middle of an Instagram story." Madison waves her hand dismissively. "Okay, but that sounds worse than it was. I'm amazing at multitasking. That's literally what influencers do. We multitask everything. Tell me in the comments what country you're from because I know you're all thinking the same thing." Judge Caprio takes off his glasses. "Miss Parker, do you understand why using your phone while driving is illegal? It's not about your multitasking skills. It's about the fact that distracted driving kills people." Madison rolls her eyes. "Your Honor, I feel like you're being a little dramatic. Nobody got hurt. I didn't hit anyone. It was fine. It was fine until it wasn't fine," Judge Caprio says sharply. "Miss Parker, you were speeding through a residential neighborhood while filming yourself. There are children in that neighborhood, families, and you were worried about your followers seeing your drive?" Madison actually pulls out her phone again. "Your Honor, can I just show you my Instagram? If you saw my content, you'd understand why it's so important. My followers depend on me. I have sponsors counting on me. This is my job." "Put the phone away, Miss Parker." now. The bailiff steps forward, and Madison reluctantly puts it back in her purse, pouting. Share this video right now because what Judge Caprio says next absolutely destroys her. Judge Caprio looks at Madison with an expression that's part disappointment, part disbelief. Miss Parker, let me ask you something. What's more important, your Instagram followers or someone's life? Madison hesitates, finally realizing this might be a trap. Both are important? Wrong answer, Miss Parker. Judge Caprio's voice is ice cold. There is no both. There is only one answer. Someone's life is infinitely more important than your social media presence. The fact that you even hesitated tells me everything I need to know about your priorities. Madison's confidence is starting to crack. Your Honor, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant that my career is important to me. Your career. Judge Caprio leans back. Your career of taking selfies and posting videos is more important than the safety of children playing in their own neighborhood? Is that really what you're telling this court? Madison's face is red now. You're making it sound worse than it is. Lots of people use their phones while driving. Everybody does it. Miss Parker, in the past 6 months, distracted driving has caused over 400 accidents in Providence alone. 17 people died. Would you like to know how many of those accidents involved someone using their phone to check social media? Madison is quiet now, the reality starting to sink in. 14, Miss Parker. 14 accidents. 3 of those deaths were teenagers. One was a mother of 2. Another was a grandfather walking his dog. All because someone thought their phone was more important than paying attention to the road. Hit subscribe because this lesson is about to get even more real. Madison's eyes are watering now. Your Honor, I didn't know. I didn't think about it like that. That's the problem, Miss Parker. You didn't think. You were so focused on content, on followers, on brand deals, that you didn't think about the consequences of your actions. Judge Caprio picks up the file. Let me tell you what's going to happen. For reckless driving and phone use while driving, I'm fining you $2,500. Madison gasps. $2,500? That's like my whole month's rent. Then I suggest you create some content about the dangers of distracted driving to make that money back. Judge Caprio's tone is sharp. Additionally, your license is suspended for 90 days, 3 months. You will not drive for 3 months. Madison's face goes white. 3 months? How am I supposed to get to events? To meetings? To photo shoots? Your Honor, my whole career depends on me being able to drive around the city. You should have thought about that before you decided Instagram was more important than road safety. You'll take Uber, you'll take the bus, you'll figure it out like everyone else who loses their license. But Judge Caprio isn't done. One more thing. You're going to complete 80 hours of community service. And I'm choosing where you're going to work with victims of car accidents. People who survived crashes caused by distracted drivers. You're going to hear their stories. You're going to see what happens when someone prioritizes their phone over safety. Madison is crying now, mascara running down her cheeks. Your Honor, please, this will ruin me. My sponsors will drop me. My followers will. Your followers will still be there in 3 months, Miss Parker. But if you had killed someone because you were filming an Instagram story, that person wouldn't be here. Their family would be destroyed. Your content isn't worth someone's life. Comment below if you think this sentence is perfect or if she deserved more. Madison stands there sobbing, all the confidence and attitude completely gone. The influencer persona has crumbled. She's just a scared young woman who finally realizes she's not invincible. Miss Parker, Judge Caprio says, his voice softer now, I'm not doing this to destroy your career. I'm doing this to save your life or someone else's. You're 23 years old. You have time to change, to grow up, to realize that real life isn't content. Real life is sacred, and it deserves your full attention, especially when you're behind the wheel of a car. Madison nods, unable to speak through her tears. The bailiff hands her some tissues. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, Your Honor, Madison whispers. I understand. Good. You have 90 days to arrange payment of your fines. Your license is suspended effective immediately. Report to the clerk for your community service assignment. Court adjourned. As Madison leaves the courtroom, she's completely different from the girl who walked in. No phone, no selfies, no confidence. Just a young woman who just learned the hardest lesson of her life. 2 months later, Judge Caprio receives a letter. Your Honor, I'm Madison Parker. I'm writing to tell you what's happened since that day in court. The first week was horrible. My sponsors did drop me. My follower count dropped. People made fun of me online. I wanted to blame you. But then I started my community service. I met Sarah. She's 28. She was hit by a distracted driver 3 years ago. She's paralyzed from the waist down. She told me about her life before. She was a dancer. That was her dream. One person texting while driving took that dream away forever. I couldn't stop crying when she told me that story because I realized that could have been me. I could have been that driver. I was that driver. I just got lucky that I didn't hurt anyone. Yet, the letter continues. I'm still doing my community service, but now I volunteer extra hours beyond what you assigned. I started a new Instagram campaign called Eyes on the Road. I share stories from accident victims. I talk about the dangers of distracted driving. It doesn't get as many likes as my old content, but for the first time, I feel like I'm doing something that actually matters. Thank you for the wake-up call, Your Honor. You saved my life and probably saved other lives too. Madison, share this video with every young person you know who uses their phone while driving. This message needs to spread. Judge Caprio keeps the letter as a reminder that sometimes the harshest lessons create the most meaningful changes. Madison walked into that courtroom as a self-absorbed influencer who thought followers were everything. She walked out as someone who finally understood what really matters. Before we end, here's the lesson. Your online life is not more important than real life. Your followers, your likes, your brand deals, none of it matters if you hurt someone because you were distracted. Madison learned that the hard way. Don't wait until you're in Judge Caprio's courtroom to learn it yourself. Thank you for watching this incredible transformation. Hit subscribe for more Judge Caprio moments that teach life-changing lessons. And please, please put your phone down when you drive. No post, no story, no text is worth someone's life. Stay safe out there. See you next time.